Are you stuck in a design dilemma? You need real answers for your particular project. Come on over and join the conversation with Dana and Marc. The Renovation Conversation. Now, let's get started.
This is your Renovation Conversation.
Hi, I'm Dana King.
And Marc Robinson.
And we are here to help your makeover make sense.
Your home.
Your business.
Or your doghouse.
I design.
And I make it happen.
This week we have a surprise. Actually, I got the surprise, Marc.
What do you mean?
Well, it's the soffits.
What about the soffits?
The soffits, you know, the soffits at Lisa's house.
I do know those soffits.
You told me there would be nothing behind them.
It was a lie.
It was a lie.
It was.
Why do you lie to me, Marc?
I don't lie to you.
No, you don't. We have surprises from time to time, it's true, in renovations, right?
But how many times out of 10 is there stuff in soffits?
It's been more lately. I don't get it. I think you're putting things up there.
I go in before and put stuff in the soffits.
I think you do.
That's possible.
Just to make things lively.
Well, it's so you have to redesign it. It's to keep your fees high.
Well, for people listening, Marc, they might not know what we're talking about. What is a soffit?
So a soffit is that hated piece of the 60s and 70s that's just stuck around forever. And it's hanging out above our cabinets. It's that foot worth of drywall that's above the cabinetry that you don't know why it's there. It's a mystery.
Yeah, why? Why did they put that there?
That's a good question for a designer, probably.
We keep asking that. I think they probably made cabinets a certain height, maybe 36 inches, 30 inches.
30, yeah.
30 inches for an 8-foot high ceiling, and then they just filled in that bit there. Yeah, I don't know.
The ceramic roosters went out, so they had to have something to go above it. So they went with soffits.
Maybe people got shorter, too. They were shorter
people
in the 70s.
People were getting shorter.
They were getting shorter.
A huge trend of short people in the 70s, 60s, and 70s.
We're getting taller now.
Right.
And our ceilings are getting taller, and those soffits are going away.
Well, I do want to apologize for you finding pipes in your soffits.
Yes, there were pipes in my soffits. So we had to remake the cabinetry so that they would fit, right?
Which is the beauty of custom cabinetry. We were able to make cabinetry to fit.
We were.
We didn't have to change anything.
But the homeowners, we had a conversation with them, didn't we? We had a renovation conversation.
We did.
That we had to do a fake out with the cabinets. I don't know how anybody does it without custom cabinets.
More of a challenge for sure.
More of a challenge.
Yeah.
But in most cases, those soffits come down. We have that question all the time. People ask us, can the soffit come down? Surely there's something behind them. Most
and
of
I
the
always
time,
say, take it down.
Yes.
Get rid of it.
Oh, well, so do I.
So we want to take it down so that we can gain that foot back into space. We're grabbing space out of the air, bringing it in.
More storage. The designer in me loves it because it makes the kitchen look taller, right? When you have the soffit, it makes everything look kind of squatty.
Yeah, stubby.
Stubby's a good word.
Agreed.
If you have those soffits, what's your opinion about soffits? Do they need to stay? Do they need to go? Are you worried about your soffits? Tell us about your soffit.
We should be building 3-foot soffits for Dana.
Thank you very much.
You're not that short. How tall are you?
5'1".
Shannon's only 5'2".
Yeah. You like short girls, apparently.
My mom's short.
You're kind of short. No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're about average.
Yes.
Okay, back to soffits, Marc. How have we been dealing with soffits? What are some ideas we can give folks?
Get rid of them. Take them out.
Get rid of them.
Yeah, they're horrible.
Put taller cabinets to the ceiling or just a little bit below the ceiling, right?
Yeah, most of the time we're holding them just below. Typically, a house that has soffits is older. A house that has soffits is going to be 30 plus years old, probably 40 plus years old. And so likely going to have some variations in the ceiling, maybe some settling. That you don't want your cabinets all the way to the ceiling. You want to be able to leave them just a little bit below. It allows the finished trim, the crown molding typically on top, to look straight.
A little gap. How much are we leaving these days? 3 or 4 inches sometimes 5.
Yeah, so much depends on the height of the ceiling and the cabinet and the crown you go with. But yeah, somewhere between 2, 3, 4 inches.
If it's an 8-foot ceiling, I think we're taking it all the way up as much as we can, right? No? You're looking at me.
I don't have an answer for that. Just blank.
You're just blank.
Yes. Taking him all the way up.
Don't be blank.
We have a call.
Oh.
We do. You can do that. Well, I would, instead of having soffits there, that's a reason to take the soffits. We're going to take your soffits away. And that way, you can display things above your cabinet.
Your ceramic rooster collection can go there. And then you can have the ivy or the...
Well, in that case, you would hope the pipes aren't there. If the pipes are there, we've got to do a fake out or we've got to move the pipes. How expensive is that, Marc?
Well, in this case, we just changed the cabinetry. So the case you're talking about, we were able to change the cabinetry. We only needed to reduce the height by about an inch and a half. So it wasn't a huge deal. In other situations, that pipe could have been larger, and doing what we did in this case, making the cabinets a little bit shorter or boxing them out in the back wouldn't have worked.
Well, we have one now, which is an example. Dee Dee's kitchen has some big 6-inch pipes that we have to keep the soffit there, except we're going to do a fake out. We're going to cover the soffits with what will look like doors with glass behind that we're going to light. So it's going to look like the cabinets go all the way up to the ceiling, but they really don't.
Right.
So fake outs.
Yeah.
Anything but that drywall.
Exactly. But to your question, good caller, plumbing is one of the largest expenses, can be one of the largest expenses in a kitchen, especially as you start to relocate appliances, or you're moving your sink from a corner in front of a window, or, any of those things can become quite expensive. So yeah, when we run into a plumbing stack or something plumbing related, it can add some expense to the cost, usually something that we can, do our best to mitigate. But sometimes it just has to stay where it is, or we got to think about creative alternatives. Okay. Yeah, nobody likes an increased budget, right? But at the same time, if that piece of pipe being in the way is going to kill the design for maybe $500 or $1,000 or whatever it might take to move that particular piece out of the way, it's usually worth an investment like that.
On my side, the design side is I actually like when something like that happens, because it flexes my design muscles to come up with some unique solution that ultimately creates a really cool design.
Where are those muscles located? Remind me.
Well,
those design muscles, because I don't. My back
Marc.
hurts, and maybe that's my design muscle. It's a little.
Well, I do make you flex your muscles to make it happen. That's absolutely true. So, but no, it creates an opportunity, and that's the thing is when you do come up against a roadblock, embrace it, make it something really wonderful. Don't you think?
I think so. Yeah,
have a good attitude.
Yeah, no, it's not a deal killer for sure.
No.
Should we plan for surprises in our budget? Should we allot for some margin?
Without doubt. In case is almost a guarantee. Any project is going to have extras.
Yeah.
Any project. We suggest a contingency somewhere between 10 and 15% of your project. So if you got a $50,000 project, we want you to be able to spend $55,000 if you have to. And that way it gives you some cushion.
Yeah, just know it's going away. You just don't know what yet. It's the surprise element.
And oftentimes it's not a problem. Oftentimes you get into a project and you say, for an extra $1,000, we could really make this an amazing space by doing X, Y, and Z that wasn't part of the project. But now that we've got your walls torn open, wouldn't that be really cool? That would be awesome. And the homeowner says, oh my gosh, yeah, do it. Are you kidding me? Absolutely. So having that contingency is not necessarily just a holy crap fund, although it's often that, we didn't see that coming. We had a whatever happened, but it's oftentimes a potential for you to take a project to the next level.
Yeah, and design on the spot. A lot of designing happens on the spot. A lot of people don't realize that. We have a plan out on paper. We've got this great rendering. You can see what your kitchen's going to look like, but then we see opportunities once we're in the space, and then opportunities are made for us with the pipes or other things. So, yeah.
Yep, agreed. Does that make sense?
Makes total sense.
Made sense to me. You helped it make sense to me.
We welcome your questions. Give us a call. Phone number is 314-276-1129. Or hang out with Marc and Dana on the blog at renovationconversation.com. Let's make sense of your makeover. Email Dana, check out our award-winning work, or get direct help with a project you have at nextprojectstudio.com. Renovation Conversation is another positive production of RareGem Productions, proudly producing, presenting, and promoting positive programs. Thanks for listening.